guys, so since I had some time, I thought I'd go on and do my The Maze Runner trilogy review for you. As a whole, I would give the books a 7 out of 10 because otherwise I wouldn't have finished them. I'll give you the pros and cons. This is my first time doing a book review actually, so bear with me. On the pros side, the plot was really engaging and fast-paced. Every page had you go in, what's gonna happen next. You wanted to know more. You wanted to know, you want to keep the story flowing throughout the whole trilogy. I read the other ones on ebook, so that's why I'm just holding this one. But anyway, a con would be character development. I felt like we didn't get to see a lot of the characters' emotions, and in places where a character's action could be described, it was more listed. I don't know if that makes sense. Instead of explaining what happened, like, I don't know. I just felt like we didn't get enough of the characters in whatever way. I'm not a writer, so I don't know how you develop a character. I just know that I didn't feel attached to these characters, and that's the first for me because I'm always attached to characters with everything I read, except here. There are a couple of deaths throughout the series, and I really wish there would have been fewer. I feel like they did help the story move along, so I can't criticize for that because it's the author's story, and the way they went, I can understand how something just had to happen. And while I didn't have like a deep connection with the characters, I still kind of felt bad when anyone dies. I mean, you just do. So let's go book by book now. The first book, The Maze Runner. So the first book, I'm just gonna give you a synopsis of like each book, but it'll be in like my own words. This book starts with our main character, Thomas, is in third person, by the way. I know I found third person books a little hard to follow. This one kind of just worked for me. Like, I don't think the story would have lasted had it been in first person. Thomas up one day and he's with like a bunch of guys in this maze. He's in a bunch of guys, he doesn't remember anything except his name, and it's just really weird. Skip down later in the plot, he gets explained that the place he's in is called the Glade, and the people around him are all teenage boys who have been there for about 2 years, and they kind of have like their own little society going on. Like, they have people who make food, and they have people who clean, and of course they have the maze, which is what the first book revolves around. The maze is a magical place. In the daytime, people called runners, who are like the best of the best out of the group, go out in the maze and they like run and they try to find a way out of where they are. It's been 2 years and they haven't had any luck, but every day they write down patterns of the maze because they change every day. This is probably so confusing. I probably suck at this. And they write down patterns from the maze each day when they come home. Because at night, these giant man-made mechanical disgusting creatures comes out, and they're called grievers. And girl, those things are just a hot mess. They are like your worst nightmare. They're like slimy slugs with like gears and shears and everything poking out, and it's just really weird. And I lied. I decided I'm just gonna review the first book. I don't want to spoil the ending, but there's a second and a third book I just wanted to tell you a little bit about them. I hope that sounds interesting, and I hope you do read it. And if you do read it, please let me know what you thought of it, and we can have like a little discussion in the comments. Also, I feel like I'm running out of things to read. I've already read Vampire Academy, Hunger Games, City of Bones, Twilight, Mortal Instrument, Morganville Vampires. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, I read the Divergent series. I really want to do a review on that. Probably something close to around the time when the movie comes out. So I've read a lot of the teen dystopian type things. I recently read Perks of Being a Wallflower also. I'm going to be reading Fault in Our Stars soon. And I have a couple of world literature books to read for school. If there's anything that you thought was really good that I didn't already name, please leave those books in the comment and I'll try to read them if you say they're good. Also, if you want me to make a review of any of the books that I said previously, please do, because I'll be glad to, as long as I know that someone, at least one person out there, wants me to do the review. That's it. I hope you guys read The Maze Runner. It's a really good read. But, that's it. I hope you guys read Divergent.